Hey everybody, we are back with Jeskai Control, and we're going to be leaning on two cards here. We're going to be leaning on Shiko, Paragon of the Way. This is 5 mana for a 4/5 flying vigilance creature. When it enters, exile target non-land card with mana value 3 or less from a graveyard. You can copy it, and then you can cast the copy without paying its mana cost. So everything else below it can be cast with Shiko, and when it enters. We have 3 copies there. And then the final card, this is a 7 mana card. Now, for 7 mana, it better do a lot, right? And this one certainly does. Return target spell or permanent to its owner's hand. So it's a pseudo counter spell or a bounce spell. Either way, it's doing something reactive to your opponent. Then it deals 4 damage to any target. It also creates 2 1/1 monk tokens with prowess. You draw 2 cards and you gain 4 life. So that is a ton of value for 7 mana. Now, we have to get to 7 mana, right? And that's where this removal suite comes into play. Cards like Split Up, 1 white, destroy all tapped creatures or destroy all untapped creatures. Works even better when you have authority of the councils to make new creatures come in tapped. And so if we have all the creatures in tapped, then this wraths the entire board. We have Get Losts in the main deck to make sure that you could destroy early creatures because you need early interaction in this format. We also have a set of Lightning Helixes and a single Abrade, along with counter spells and draw spells, your normal control fare. So we're going to jump right in and see how this deck is working. There's a lot of threats out there, and they're varied of all sorts. And so we're going to see how this control deck can match up to all the different threats that are out there, right? There's certainly quite a few. Jumping right into a game here. Let's see what we got. Okay. Bunch of removal and a stock up later to refuel. And I think that's good. Opponent is going to play first. We could exile something early on. Yeah, probably want to go ahead and get rid of this. The draw and discard becomes quite a bit of a problem. We are going to want to stock up on 3 if possible. So let's see if that's going to be possible next turn. Probably not have to use Split Up. Yep. They are going to stock up also. Not sure if this is artifacts or the prowess deck. But either way, we'll stock up. We have 2 lands, so we'll grab a Shiko. We will grab a... Is it Lightning Helix? Well, we have to Get Lost. Let's go big. If this is prowess, yeah, I would have liked that Lightning Helix. Get Lost. Pay the ward cost. And Surveil. Okay, let's... Do we want to put this in the graveyard? No. Let's go ahead and keep it. We do have Get Lost now in the graveyard. We can go Shiko with Get Lost. Or we just don't really have to. Right? Let's pass back. We can end turn, draw 3. Tolarian Terror. You know what? We can... We don't have to bold anything. So we can Shiko and stock up. Our opponent is going to be on the back foot anyway here. So we will grab another land. Let's grab 3 steps ahead just in case. Not going to do much for us this turn. Yeah. Okay. I assume that was a prowessy kind of deck, and the control elements should be able to take care of that. Go ahead and play another one here. Really, in this control matchup against the prowess deck, you're just trying to push the game as late as possible, and then you will overwhelm them with the card quality that you have. We'll go ahead and play first. Authority of Consoles, not a 4 of anymore with mono red on the decline, but certainly just puts a safety net over everything that you play. I don't have too much action. Wish we would have had a stock up or something. There we go. There's some action on the next turn. Yep. Draw go and see what my opponent does. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can draw some cards. I assume not, but my opponent does let me. Okay, that's really good. So we can run it back with the Surveil. I like that. Here I don't mind forcing the counter. If he wants to immediately go Shiko and play, we at least destroy the Shiko. Okay, so he doesn't have much on the board. We can go Shiko and stock up. We could not do anything and just push. I don't love that. I don't hate doing it for one more turn. Okay, let's do it for one more turn. Okay. we're gonna try and get lost. And he lets us, so he's just letting us do everything we want. I mean, do we just jam in with the revelation? No. We could do it at the end of his turn. He has a tap land there. If he plays something big, we can try to play one, and then if he counters, play it again. Each player can't play more than one spell. Okay. So, from my understanding, he can't play counter there because he already played his spell for turn. We also only have one spell this turn. Yeah, that's fine. So whatever we bounce, he's not going to be able to... Oh no, it's in his hand. Yeah. Maybe I just make him put it back in his hand, right? Play it again if you want to. Okay. But now we have enough to... We can play Regent. Right? So I want to end this game fairly quickly. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we could do a 2-mana spell and have up. This does not have flash. Okay. He's got a removal. Okay, I'll kill one. Okay. Still represents 7 damage there. You know what? I actually think I'm going to want that Lightning Helix. He can play a stock up. And then he can sacrifice this. No, he doesn't have enough life. So I don't know how we're going to lose this game, right? I'm sure there's a way, but... If we play this... May cast that card, but you can only cast... Okay, he doesn't have enough to play this High Noon now, right? So he needs to remove one of our creatures. Yep. He could spend the 5 mana to kill this. Okay.
Out of my way! Musculate on a mission. You get to be my protege today.
Okay. But that's all he can do here. So does it matter at all? It kind of matters. So we attack first.
World requires new strategy.
Yep. Got him. Okay. That was a tougher one to navigate, certainly, than the first game. The playing only one spell a turn really messes up the flow of the deck, right? Like, that is not something I was really expecting, but good to know it's in the format. Good to know that it's something that I could consider myself playing. If we end up where the control decks get into counterspell wars, you could play something like that and then just know that you have a little bit of protection from extra spells being cast on those turns. But glad it worked out for us. Opponent is going first. We have early aggression and a stock up to refuel. Not too much later game yet, but I'm sure we'll dig into it. Okay, this is the white aggro deck. We will go ahead and play this tapped first. We are going to have to play a Verge if we want the ability to play Lightning Helix. So no playing the island here. Okay. And Lightning Helix and get lost here. We're going to lead with Lightning Helix, of course. He's got 1 mana up, so it looks like he does have something. But we'll go ahead and take the damage and then get lost on the next turn. Quite a bit of damage. Only 2 cards left in his hand, though. Go ahead and play a tap land. Wish we could have drawn some cards there. Okay. When we have the ability to do it at instant speed, we might as well. Combat for 1, we do. Yep. Not worried about that. Seam Rip can take care of it. Sheltered by Ghost. We'll go ahead and draw some cards. Okay. One too many lands here. Not something this deck says all too often. But we can just go ahead and Seam Rip. We should have everything in control now with this stock up. Draw 3 cards. I'm sorry, draw 2 of the top 5 cards. We have 5 mana on the board. We have 3 land drops in our hand, so we will get to wherever we need to go. We can go ahead and... I mean, we can just bounce whatever he's going to have. Let me know in the comments below if that is the right picks, if you would have taken the same cards. But at this point, it was pretty certain that we were going to end up winning that game. And so I didn't think it was too worrisome, right? 5 lands and 3 in our hand, take a 6 and a 7, and you're off to the races. There is a world where my opponent would have had 2 pieces of protection, and he would have had to play a 1-drop on turn 3 with 2 pieces of protection up. But if that is where we go, then the opponent kind of just gets there, right? Understood. Yeah, not the best hand for sure. A couple of surveils, but early on the surveils are less important because we need lands and spells, so the surveil is not going to do that much. Wish we knew if this Seam Rip was going to be important. We'll keep it just in case, because we can tap land and then have a Seam Rip. Other than that, we are just looking to get to 3. We'll have another one. Here, we will take a land. Demon Wall. Okay. Feeling pretty good here. 3 steps ahead, really good. Stock up, really good. Obviously, trying to play both of them becomes a little bit of an issue. But we don't have anything that we're really worried about right now. Play this taps and just pass. We will end up in a fight at some point in this game, but it's not going to be now. Unstoppable Slasher is just the kind of card that's a pain in the butt. But I mean, do I really want to do split up for it? I guess not. Okay. Now we can pass. Instant speed card draw is so much better than the other way. I assume they have quite a bit of removal in our hand, so when we go ahead and play Shiko, I don't think it's going to be on the board for very long. Authority doesn't sound like it's super important in this matchup. Yeah, we'll go ahead and push that. Now here we can play stock up, but we're not going to have the double blue, so we can go ahead and we have to play a card that we take. So let's go ahead and do this. See if we could get a blue land. A blue land and a counterspell would be amazing, but doesn't look like we're going to get there, and we are going to have Lightning Helix up. So if that's the case, then we take Archive and another Helix. Take a peek at the next card drawn. Yeah, I don't mind another land. Now the Shiko becomes a 5 mana, draw 2 cards because of the removal that's inevitably in his hand. Is he gonna activate this? That would be quite funny. No, instead it's a slasher, which is whatever. So we can, yeah, we could just do just about everything here. Parlor comes in tapped, so that's not what we want to play. We'll play Shiko with Lightning Helix up. It's playing into a removal spell, of course. It has to, but stock up is just going to be really good. And so we will then take this. I don't need another land stuck. We're going to take 2, so we're going to have to play Lightning Helix now. So we don't have to discard. Happy to trade. Yep. Six, we could put both things back in their hand. It's gotta be good, right? 3, 6. Do that. Yep. Yep, we'll take that. We'll just play... he could play both of them out, I guess, if he draws a land, right? 4, it's... no, he could play both of them out. Okay. Yep. We put that back in his hand again. We deal 4 damage to the target. We go in and attack. I've been very concerned about discarding to hand size here, but opponent's going to be able to do 2 or 3 things this turn, but all of these Lightning Helixes in our hands, like, we're just not going to need all of this. We could Helix. Helix. No, he'll have some kind of removal. It'll force him to use a removal here. He's thinking about activating the land. We'll make sure that these are 3/3s with the ability to make them even bigger. Yeah, we're going to take a counter spell there and just put this one to bed. Okay. First time I saw Jeskai Revelation, I was not immediately thrilled with the card, right? It's 7 mana. It does a lot of things, but no one thing that it do is just overwhelming. But it is just an amazing amount of value. Let's go ahead and... Oh, no white. I guess I should have looked at this a little bit closer. We are going first, so we will ditch a red-blue land. We do want lands, and we'll need them pretty quick. Is this a get lost? Oh, it's not a get lost. Best it's a consult the charts, right? Because get lost isn't going to get us there. Okay. Only look at 2, but we are looking for something. We'll get the counter spell. Counter spell is much worse because of the ability for him to make mana. So this can only make 1. We will go ahead and counter this. Yes. He can know that the dragon is coming. Is there any chance he does nothing and we draw? I don't think there's a good chance of that. Seam Rip doesn't seem like what we need. No time for stock up. We need to get lost in case he plays another big threat. Ton of mana. We could play Authority of the Console. I don't think I'm worried about any... I'm not worried about any hasty creature that I can think of. If he does nothing, I can only do 1 white spell. Okay, so that's important to know because we played right here. So we are going to Lightning Helix. Tap another untapped creature. This will get indestructible. Okay. So we'll take the opportunity to get rid of this guy. Okay. So this destroys everything except for this guy. It's really good. Do we stock up though? We need to keep the lands going. Yep. Take this land. I'm kind of thinking about taking both. Oh, actually, we could take Consult. Right? So this turn, it's destroy all of them. Yeah. Just destroy all target tapped creatures. I'll make this indestructible. Both of these are going to come in tapped, so he's going to be on his own next turn. And so this is Lightning Helix to this. Gain some life. And then draw some cards. Okay, now should be all put away now. If it wasn't, this Consult is going to put it away. Just lands. And not unhappy. We could take an Abrade if we really wanted to, but I don't know if we really want to. I guess we probably should. We are going to pass back. He could attack for 5, but I mean, he's not really doing anything else. We do have to be careful with the mana he could produce. A Llanowar Elf. Yeah. I mean, we can just braid this guy. Surveil. And we're just not going to get caught with anything, right? We could put 2 of them back in his hand. What's he going to do? Play them all back out. They're all tapped. Yeah. I mean, we have a Get Lost. He's attacking for 4. Let's call Earthbound. He's attacking for 6. I'm attacking for 6. This is going to be a dead card with all the mana that he has. Yep. Yeah, I'm not going to lose the race, and now I'm going to just put it away once I get the card draw. Okay, I mean, now it's just... It was a game for a little while. Now it won't be. We'll just... we'll just take stock up again. Get 2 more cards. Take a Get Lost. We'll get a Revelation. Just the namesake of the deck, and we'll look to play it next turn. And that's going to end everything. If it's already not ended, if you don't know. Spoiler alert, it is. So Opponent is Crater Hoof Behemoth. Okay. Well, we can go ahead and force him. Yep. Not force him to concede, but put the pressure on to where a concession is coming. Okay, so let's take a look at the deck list again and talk about some thoughts, right? Because that went really well, and I don't want to get too excited over, you know, what was that, 5 games or so, but it went really well. It felt very strong. Authority of the Console, just good enough to sneak by. It wasn't amazing, gave a couple of little pieces of life. We didn't play against any super aggro decks, but between Authority and Seam Rip, that all sounded really good. 3 steps ahead, just solid. Get Lost and Split Up, really solid removals with the ability to draw cards right after it. Dispelling Exhale ended up doing better than I thought. It was 2 mana counter target spell for most of the game. The One of Braid did not do that much. Rediscover the Way was 1 card that we ended up not playing. So this is 3 mana for our Saga. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom in any order. And on the 3rd chapter, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, target you control gains double strike until end of turn. This is not one that I'm super high on. We didn't play it at all in that set of games, and so I'm not 100% sure anybody would miss it if it was not another counter spell. But Shiko, really powerful. Jeskai Revelation, much more powerful than it reads. Read it, know that it is powerful, but then play it for yourself and see exactly how powerful it is. It is game ending, and you saw Meringue River Regent do quite a few things in the deck. The draw 3, then discard a card, really important on 4 mana, specifically instant speed. And then a 6/7 that puts 2 things back in their hands, just really strong. So a couple of stumbles on mana there. There was one time we were looking for white, another time we were looking for blue. But outside of that mana base, this looks like a really strong deck. And if you are familiar with the standard format and you know what you're playing against, you really know what the pain points are on those decks. And while you don't have a ton of counterspells, the counterspells that you do have can just go in there and surgically take out the really important cards and leave everything else to be cleaned up by one of the sweepers. If you like content like this, please give me a thumbs up. Put a comment down below so I know I'm not shouting out into the void. Consider subscribing to the channel. And if you want to take your support even further, we do have channel memberships. We do have exclusive member-only videos. We have polls that really, lead the direction of this channel. Those are member-only. And we also have a Discord community that we're trying to get up and getting more discussion there to talk about the decks, specifically in Standard and Starter deck content. If you are a new player, we would love to have discussion there. But until next time, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.